Hey, Jim Oskins here. I'll show you some of my new garden experiments. My hope for these is just so you can probably improve your garden with them, but hopefully if you're in an industry where you use data to make decisions, you can probably correlate this to something to help you in your work. I used to work in automotive and home appliance industries, and I saved my company so much money using some of the stuff that I'll show you here in this short series of videos. Most of it was Six Sigma work for me. That's just what I did. And we do product improvements, process improvements, and it really made a huge difference for those companies. I think as I show you like how to use different statistical techniques in these short videos, there'll be refreshers for a lot of you, but we all need refreshers, right? We'll get a little better at using some of the statistical software that's available out there. And heck, it'll be fun. I'll show you my latest one. Let me give you a tour of the garden. And the first one's actually going to be on this experiment I was doing planting garlic in one garden versus the other. But here you can see some of my sunflowers growing in the back. They're doing great. I got some lavender and tomatoes are doing great already. But let me go show you the other side where the garlic is. All right, here we go. So plant number one that's doing the best in the garden so far this year is this basil. But I've got a purple cherry tomato growing behind it. I've got some cucumbers here. Two different varieties, the shorter and the taller. We'll see those as they go. Down here you can see some of where I started the garden inside this year. Some of those didn't make it out into the soil, but I've got some eggplants, a bunch of peppers. This is actually where I started. I've only been gardening for a few years, and peppers were so hard for me to grow until I started monitoring moisture level and pH. So that's like success story number one. Here's some zucchinis that look hilarious hanging off the side here in these little baskets that I got for Christmas one year. There's the garlic. Yeah, check it out. And so you can see here's a little braid I have, some left from last year. They're all different sizes and honestly a little small from last year. Let me see. Those are a couple inches across. This one's maybe 3 inches across. And I really wanted to improve that this year. So instead of last year's spot where those sunflowers are now, I put the taller sunflowers in that could reach up and get the sun beyond some of the pine trees blocking it. And I put the garlic way out here in front. And I think it's going to be a huge difference. Look at the stems on these. Oh, can I show you? The stems on these garlic are much thicker than the stems on these from last year. But anyway, you can see some more zucchinis here. I didn't actually plant all the flowers you see in here, the marigolds. Those things just popped up. Had them in here last year, but I like them because they allegedly keep the rabbits away. No amount of data analytics are going to save you from your rabbits. What else do I have? Yeah, here's my tripod. We'll use that to capture some of the videos here. Japanese beetles are trying to decimate my poor zinnia here, but zinnias are like impervious to these things. A few leaves, no problem. Zinnia's going to outgrow the beetles. So good luck, zinnia. All right. What type of measurement system are we going to use to evaluate if the old garlic or the new turned out any difference in size? We might be able to just look at them and see that, but we could also try to quantify it. This one, super tiny garlic. This one, medium. This one's kind of giant. Hopefully those from this year are going to be even better. But we could probably do a gauge R&R to see how well we're able to measure. I think weight would be a good measurement. I think maybe in this case I want to just look at the diameter, or maybe since they're not perfect circles, maybe circumference. So I did bring a measurement device. We've got a nice ASQ branded tape measure here. ASQ is super common, popular for Six Sigma folks. So let's try one. Let's see. Circumference of medium-sized garlic. A little over 6.5 inches, which is 17 or so centimeters. All right, let's try that small one. You can see how imperfect this measurement system is. I probably really should do a gauge R&R. I'll send you a link on what the heck I'm talking about if you don't know what a gauge R&R is. This is 5.5 inches on the dot, and that's about 14 centimeters. So you can kind of see the range of numbers I'm expecting here. I think We'll probably get some 20 centimeters out of some of these garlics here. Interesting though, I mean, one of them didn't even make it, so maybe we'll have some different metrics, some different things to think about other than just size. All right, we'll see. I'll get the data and show you. Bye. Here's a free sample that's just right on Minitab's website under Resources and Services. There's a sample materials page. If you scroll down that, you'll see one for measurement system analysis, and you can just click on that link. It'll take you to like the actual binder that they give people when they pay for training. You can follow this through. Tells you what a gauge R&R is, and it's not just like these are the clicks. It's like this is what measurement system evaluation is all about. Here's a sample data set. Make these charts, interpret them this way. It'll even give you like the equations and things of the stats being used. It'll wrap up with like conclusions and final considerations here. And this one's actually a cheat sheet on like the numbers you should look for at the end of your gauge R&R. Remember this when I was at the garden. I was measuring to like basically the nearest centimeter, which is not a super great measurement system, even though the device is fine. If I'm trying to measure to the nearest centimeter and I want to tell the difference between a 18 centimeter and a 14 centimeter, I mean, there's not a lot of measurement units in between those. Like it's either 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's not a ton of discrimination. So I went back and did this, brought those braids of garlic inside, measured them down to the millimeter, and that was much better. I was able to get under the 10% study variation, which is what that last slide of the Minitab's free sample of training recommended. All right, check out the data. 179 versus 178 for the two measurements of the large garlic. Not bad, pretty repeatable. This isn't really a gauge R&R, but you do see my stats for the gauge R&R there. It's not a gauge R&R because there's only one operator. I did all these myself. That throws out one of the R's. If you want to know more about this, check out some of the other links below, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.